Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Yeah, today is Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. And I'm gonna be real brief in this live video. So brief that if you don't catch it while I'm in the middle of doing it, you're gonna miss it. But what we want to talk about right now, y'all give me a second. I got everything backwards. Y'all forgive me, man. I got a lot going on right now. Hey, Miss Annie, how you doing? Glad you can join me this evening. And I'm gonna be very brief in this video. Let me try to pull something up on this other phone real quick. Well, I want to talk about mental illness in the Black community. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for the support that you all showed on the earlier video I did talking about immigration. Y'all got to realize immigration ain't for Black people. Miss Eddie, I haven't forgotten about the topics that you had left comments that you wanted me to talk about. But right now, hey, what's going on, brother Anthony? Uh, hey, Anthony, always be on it. Hey, brother, Watsonville 82, y'all. He been a subscriber of this channel, YouTube and Facebook from day one. Y'all listen to him. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. Y'all got excuse me. I'm in one of those situations. Y'all know me, where I got a need that I need to get taken care of, and I don't sit around and wait for stuff to happen. There's only two type of people in the world: those who wait for stuff to happen, and those who make stuff happen. So soon the little nephew roll up. I mean, I gotta go and try to get this little money. But until then, we want to talk about mental illness. But again, I want to thank you all for um, basically supporting, hitting the like button for that video that I did earlier today, talking about immigration. Black people, please understand that immigration is not for Black people. That's a fight that we should. That's the last fight that we should be trying to get in. Why would we be fighting to help a bunch of people come here who gonna eventually get more stuff in the few days that they've been here that we have gotten since we've been here. These people come here, y'all, and they get food stamps, they get Medicaid, they get all the social benefits that our government has to offer immediately, while Negroes still run right here talking about hands up, don't shoot. So, y'all, let me go ahead and briefly talk about the subject that I want to talk about. I want to talk about mental illness in the Black community. Now, if you live here in Shreveport, Louisiana, you are aware, if you haven't been living under a rock for the last week, you are aware how this one young lady last Friday pulled up on Interstate I-220. Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a real brief geography how it goes. Here in Shreveport, just say the northern part of Shreveport. Shreveport is in the north western corner, literally the northwest corner of Louisiana. Now, in the northwest corner of Louisiana, we have a place called Cross Lake. That's where we get all our water supply from. It's one of the biggest lakes in the state of Louisiana. And over that lake, you got a bridge that spans about a half a mile, maybe to 3/4 mile long, called I-220. It's really an interstate because you can go from I-220 and go all the way east on I-220. Make a long story short, this young lady pulled up on I-220 in the middle of that bridge, jumped out her car, and threw two of her babies. I think one of them was a little infant, less than 8 months old. The other child was less than a year old. But this woman threw two of her children over the bridge into the lake. Now, mental illness is very serious, but we as Black people, we stigmatize people. Everybody in every family got one of them people who are either mentally handicapped. When I say that, they're literally mentally challenged, where back in the day we used to say retarded. They are mentally retarded. Or you got some of these aunties, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, whatever, that we know not playing with a full deck. But instead of helping these people get the psychological and clinical help that they need, we stigmatize them. Oh, that nigga that can't get right. Oh, you know she crazy. She get them checks every month. But do you realize how serious mental illness is? Think about it. A lot of your cousins who's supposed to be gangsters, who are running around here killing folks, these folks are mentally ill, because there's no way somebody in their right mind would be shooting up whole neighborhoods with automatic weapons. Mental illness is a real serious issue that we in the Black community don't want to deal with, because we think it's something that really affects them white folk. When in reality, the young lady, let me read the story. Let me go ahead and try to pull this story up before this phone here dies. And I apologize, y'all. I'm rushing through this broadcast because I got to get out there and I got to try to go get it, man. I asked, I asked if y'all can help me. Please hit the cash out. But let me give y'all this story of this young lady who threw her babies into the lake. Mental illness. Now her family talking about, well, we knew we've been suspecting that she was mentally ill from the time she was a kid. Well, if you suspected that, why the hell did you not take those children away from her? Now that she did what she did, you all are using mental illness as a scapegoat to get you off of your lack of responsibility. You knew that woman was not mentally stable. Y'all knew that. Y'all, her family members knew that she was not stable. Y'all give me a second, man. Let me pull this up. Hold on a second. We're going to try to pull this up real quick. Hopefully this phone will last for a minute. Y'all give me just 1 second. And again, I apologize for rushing through this, but hey, at least I'm here. I'm here. Yes, sir. It is. And we say mentally sick. Get off. As the wife say, please hit the share cash app if you can. Thank you. Please, y'all, if y'all can, hit that cash app. But we finna go through this. I'm finna read y'all this story where this young lady here in Shreveport, Louisiana, pulled up on the middle of a busy interstate, got out her car, and threw her babies into the lake. We got a mother and a stepfather in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who just facing charges. This is a story that came about today, facing charges because they killed, the mother of a 2-year-old, Lanya Caldwell, the mother of a 2-year-old, Neva Allen, and the woman's boyfriend are now charged with second-degree murder. They went from all the way from Baton Rouge, y'all, and took their child to Mississippi. They killed the child. They killed a 2-year-old child. Think mental illness is real. Let me try to pull this up. Y'all give me just a second. Serious report rated health insurance COVID 100 get that shot. Wild video shows Florida. Y'all give me a second. A first grader here in Shreveport today bought a gun to school. It was unloaded, but parents, if you got guns around the house, please be responsible. How the hell a first grader get a gun and bring it to school? Thank God the gun was unloaded. And another student at the same school reported that this first grader had a gun. A first grader here in Shreveport today took a gun to school. All right, let me see. Students and community, Dallas firefighters. Y'all give me just a second. I'm trying. All right, here. This is the story. Sisters of Eureka Black, that's the lady who threw her children over the bridge, say they suspected she had mental illness issues her whole life. Well, why the heck did you not take those children? If you all suspected that she had mental illness, why didn't you all step in and get custody of those babies? Come on now. It's easy to say that after the fact. Well, we always did think that she was mentally ill. Well, why the heck did you not get custody of those children, because if you suspected that she was mentally ill, there are legal procedures that literally will allow you all to take custody of those children. But again, we as black people, we stigmatize mental illness. All this time, her family, now they coming out saying we thought she was mentally ill all her life. But all that time, they probably saying, y'all know Eureka crazy. She ain't got good sense. She get a check every month. Y'all stigmatized her to the point where when she needed help or was crying for help, nobody was there for her. Hence, she threw 2 of her children over the Cross Lake Bridge. Crazy, man. See, we in the black community, we don't go to the doctors to get clinically diagnosed as mentally ill. What we do in the black community, we smoke weed. We drink alcohol. And everybody just say he an alcoholic or drunk or he just crazy. But this is how we deal with mental illness. Instead of going to the hospital to get clinically diagnosed, we take drugs and alcohol and think that that's a cure. But you're still crazy, but now you're high and crazy. Let me pull this story up real quick, and I'm going to read this story. I'm waiting on somebody to come scoop me up, man, because like I said, I got a need that I got to get met, and I can't sit around here and wait. Let me read this story. This is coming from KSLA, the CBS affiliate here in Shreveport. Eureka Black is accused of throwing 2 of her children off the Cross Lake Bridge on September 24th, resulting in the death of the younger one. Now her sisters are speaking out, saying they suspected she had mental illness issues. She had mental health issues her whole life. Every time we tried to get her help, she refused. Her sister Felicia Black said she just felt like nothing was wrong with her. Felicia and man, black women, please stop naming y'all children all this screwed up ass shit. Felicia and Ficola Black spoke with KSLA News 12 Destiny Pearson 3 days after the tragic event. People are just painting the picture of her being a terrible person, like she's just a monster. She is. I mean, really, she was mentally ill, and she threw her babies over a fucking bridge into a lake. And you all sat back and let it. Y'all just sit here and really took responsibility for her action. Because if you knew she was mentally ill, she was no way in a position to cognizantly think for herself. Meaning that y'all should have took control of those children. Y'all knew she was mentally ill. Y'all should have pressed to take control and custody of those children. Y'all give me a second, man. God damn. Y'all forgive me, man. I got a lot of shit going on right now. Like I said, yeah, I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on myself. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to get this here set up. And I hate to rush through this video here, but I'll have no choice because I gotta. This shit was supposed to have been done Monday. Anyway, now let me read this story. I'm gonna read the story before this phone here cuts off, and then I'll go in and I'll slow down a little bit until my nephew comes, and we can go. I can get out here in these streets and make shit happen. Y'all pray for me because I don't like being in the streets, but when it comes down to it, I ain't got no choice. I gotta do what I gotta do. All right. People are painting this picture of her being a terrible person, like she's just a monster, like she just intentionally tried to do this. Ficola said, that's not the case. The most important thing that I want to point out is mental illness. Well, if you thought, Miss Ficola, if you thought that she was mentally ill way before, because y'all just said, now this is y'all word, we knew she was mentally ill a long time. Why the fuck did you all not do anything to at least take custody of the kid? Because guess what? If you have a suspicion that somebody is mentally ill and not competent enough to take care of those children, by law, you can go and petition a court to get custody of those children. By law, her next of kin, legal next of kin, meaning her mother, her sister, her father, or somebody, could have petitioned the court to have her committed. So now all of a sudden, y'all want to talk about mental illness when y'all knew this woman was not mentally stable in order to have possession of those children. But now y'all want sympathy. Y'all want us to believe that y'all really gave a fuck, but you didn't. So, I mean, it's a tragic situation. Y'all forgive me for sounding insensitive, but they didn't give a fuck. Because if you knew this woman was mentally ill, y'all her sisters, y'all knew from the time that y'all were growing up, this woman was not mentally stable. You all had an obligation to help her get the help that she needs. But not only that, you all had an obligation to take those children, take custody of those children. Y'all give me a second. Let me go ahead and read this because this phone finna die. They say just weeks before the children were thrown from the bridge, the family was trying to get custody of them because their sister's mental health issue. Just weeks. Now, notice what they saying. Weeks before this happened. Y'all knew this shit for years. Y'all knew this from the time y'all were growing up, that she was mentally unstable. Y'all should have been trying to get those custody of those kids for years. Literally. This just me. Again, if I'm insensitive, I apologize. God damn, this phone here is just shut down on me. But anyway, y'all got the gist of the story. Mental illness is real, y'all. Let me slow down, calm down, whatever. Y'all forgive me. I'm hyped right now because I got a lot of stuff going on right now on my plate. And I would be mentally ill if I sit up here and allow my son to be disqualified from doing something when dad tried every other option that was of quote unquote available, but it didn't happen. So guess what? Dad got to go out and do what I got to do. So I apologize if it seems like I'm rushing through this video, but I am, because I'm expecting somebody to pull up in a minute and I got to go hit the street. I got to get out here and grind. But anyway, they're saying that in the last few weeks, they were trying to get custody of the children. One of the children, she had 3 children from what we understand. The youngest one, the toddler, the infant, died. The second youngest, I can't really say how old she was because, again, my memory slips me. I'm running through. But we know the second one was not of school age. The third one was in school while this here happened. You see what I'm saying? If they're saying now, because the spotlight is on them, so they have to say something. Her family has to say something that will put them in a different point of view. That's you, nephew? Give me just 1 second, man. Give me just 1 second. All right. Her family had to say something that would put them in a different point of view, as if they really gave a fuck. I'm not saying that they didn't, but they're saying, if you listen to what I just read out, the family said, Big Show, quiet boy. Their family said that they've been knowing for years, ever since this young lady was a child, that she had mental illness problems. Now, just in the last few weeks, they come back saying the last few weeks they were trying to get custody of the children. Y'all should have known when she had that first child that she was not mentally competent to take care of a child. Her family should have known that. So now that the new spotlight is on you, that all these cameras are coming to y'all, asking y'all what happened, y'all want to say in the last few weeks we tried to get custody of the kid. Do y'all realize how long it takes really to get custody? Even if you can prove this person is mentally ill, it's going to take you a couple of months at least. Y'all let this woman slip through the crack, and as a result, her children suffered the result. And again, if y'all think I'm wrong for pointing the blame at her family, then so be it. I'll let y'all think I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong, because they said that they knew she was mentally ill from Jump Street. They should have taken them kids. That's right, exactly, Ms. Ann. They should have taken them kids a long time ago. Because again, they said that they knew she was mentally ill from the time they were children. Hell, they grew up with her. They knew she wasn't right. But all that time, they probably didn't care, because mama probably had custody of her chick. Mama probably was the guardian of had power of attorney, was getting her check. Everybody was not paying attention to this woman until she did what she did, but they knew she was capable of doing what she did because they admitted they've been knowing since she was a kid she was mentally ill. See, with black people in our community, we got to stop saying that people are crazy. We got to stop saying that our cousins, our aunties, and uncles are crazy. If we think they're crazy, then we need to put forth an effort to try to get them the help that they need instead of stigmatizing them further. Saying, y'all know Jimmy ain't got no good sense. Y'all know Jimmy used to get a check. Jimmy ain't playing with a full debt. Jimmy needs help. He don't need y'all talking about it. The only time y'all really concerned about Jimmy is when Jimmy either kill himself, kill somebody, or does something to push him off the deep end. So this artist, and man, it's a sad story, kid, for brother-in-law. Artist, I'm brother-in-law. It's a sad story. But again, artist, I'ma just be real. At what point do we hold the family that again is saying that we knew she was mentally ill from the time she was a child? Y'all waited till this woman go all the way up to grow up to an adult and throw her kids off the bridge to now claim that she was mentally ill and she needed some help. Where was y'all when she really needed that help? Y'all probably talking about it, taking advantage of her every month when she got her check. When she got that mentally ill check, you probably was talking. That's the only time that y'all really gave a fuck about this woman is when she got that check. But if you knew she was mentally ill all these years, why did you just wait till the last 2-3 weeks to try to get custody of them kids? See, y'all got to realize the real news behind news. I'm no respecter of person. I don't care about your emotions, your feelings, or whatever. I'm going to call it like I see it. And if I'm wrong, then I will admit it. But how can I be wrong? When I read the story, they saying that they knew she was mentally ill all her life, and they just waited to the last. It's convenient that over the last, thank you, Anthony. It's convenient, awful convenient that they was able to say, well, the last few weeks we tried to get custody of the kids. Man, y'all should have got custody of the motherfucking kid when she started having them. Because you said yourself, you knew she was mentally ill. So guess what? I'm gonna blow their whole theory out the water. If you try to get custody over the last 2-3 weeks because she was mentally ill, why the fuck didn't you not try to get custody years ago when them children were born? Because you know she was mentally ill and wasn't able to take care of. Real talk. Their whole story that they said, well, we knew over the last few weeks we were trying to get custody of them babies. You should have got custody of them motherfucking babies soon as they were born. Literally. Because you said yourself, you admitted yourself. The family admitted they said, and where's the father? Where's the father? Now, I'm not trying to belittle this woman or put her down, but I'm pretty sure if she's mentally ill, I could be wrong. Maybe all 3 of them kids had 3 different fathers. Where was y'all when these men was taking advantage of your sister, getting her pregnant, if y'all knew she was mentally ill from the time you all was kids? Y'all story does not add up to me at all. And again, to the black community, we need to stop stigmatizing mental illness and call it what it is from day one and try to get our people help, bruh. Because alcohol and loud is not a cure for a mental illness. I'm not saying that that family didn't care, but I am saying that family didn't give a fuck until this happened. Now that the news spotlight is knocking at their door, they got to find a way to justify it, and now they want to talk about mental illness. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry about that. Y'all give me a little chance. I'm going to try to come back, but I got to get out here and do what I got to do. But Yeah, y'all share this video. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the dislike. I could care less if you hit the dislike button because I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. Her family sit up here and admitted that they knew she was mentally ill from the time that they were children. Why the fuck did you not do anything until she threw them babies off that bridge? Nah, that don't fly with me. And I'm not finna sit up here and be quote unquote politically correct in a time of tragedy. I hate to say what I'm saying in this tragic time for that family, but the truth is what it is. That family didn't give a damn about them kids, about that girl. Because if they did, they would have tried to reach out way before 2 weeks ago. They said, for weeks now, we've been trying to get custody. But for years, y'all knew she was mentally ill. She just really started having them babies because the oldest one was in elementary school. So that means that the oldest child couldn't have been no more than at 10 years old. So for the last 10 years, y'all been watching this woman, seeing her in her state of mental illness. And for sure, I'm gonna pull up the and let me see what I'm gonna pull up tomorrow. Tell the bros what's up. A Johnson. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man, because I gotta get out here and do what I gotta do. I'll try to come back a little bit later on. Y'all might be asleep when I come back, but we'll come back with a little more a little bit different, less intense subject. But hey, if I'm wrong, leave your comments and tell me why I'm wrong. If you think I'm right, leave your comments and tell me why I'm right. Good for her. Good for her. All right. But until then, I need y'all to hit that like button, hit the share button. Also, if y'all really like what we do here at The Real News Behind News, please help support the channel. Hit the Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. But until then, y'all got to realize I'm going to keep it real. Even if I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. And if you can prove to me that I'm wrong, then I am going to admit that I am wrong publicly. Because if I'm big enough to get up here and say this shit publicly and turn out to be wrong, I'm big enough publicly to get up here and admit that I'm wrong. But you can't convince me I'm wrong. Come on. The oldest child could not have been no more than 10 years old because the child was in an elementary school. That means the family had 10 years, knowing that she was crazy for 20 some years, and they did nothing until the media started shining them lights on and putting them cameras in their face after she threw them two babies over the bridge into that lake. Now that she threw them babies over the bridge into that lake, now they won't say, well, we been knew she was crazy. Well, why the fuck didn't y'all do something a long time ago? Because again, in the case of mental illness, somebody had enough power of attorney, next kin, or had enough legal right to have that woman committed. Y'all be blessed, man.